Hello, this is Bridget Rao with Divine Essentials. Alright, I have another of the specials that I'm doing, and this is for somebody asking, Biddy boop, I know I want to leave the job I'm currently in. It doesn't make me happy, and it hasn't for a long time, but I don't know what my calling is. I would like to be self-employed and do spiritual work, and I am drawn to being a witch, as I'm an empath, and I love nature. What is the universe guiding me to do, as I'm not sure how to move forward? Thank you. So, I've got my life, or my soul purpose here, my soul purpose oracle here first, and we're going to see what comes through. Boopity bop. Beep boop. Alright. You are here. This is what you're here for. You are here to overcome and growing, okay? Then you've got the Star Keeper, which says, the guardian of the galaxy, keeper of the stars, fire in my veins, fearlessness in my heart. And the Rainbow Warrior, which says, you come from you've come for the Great Awakening to unite all of humanity in harmony, okay? And then we have Wisdom Rider, and it says, your words hold wisdom and light codes, share them with the world. And Divine Masculine energy says, honoring sacred masculinity and power with clarity and confidence. Here's that theme that's been coming up. I feel like I just did a private reading for somebody, and they asked me questions that were so like, what the hell are you? I literally was like, what are you doing, man? Like, because we don't see our own stuff sometimes. Like we don't realize what we're doing to ourselves when we are like completely contrasting on stuff. It's like, sometimes it's self-sabotage, sometimes it's just plain old confusion, sometimes it's out of fear, and it can be brought on by different things. And like this person that I know, they're in a circumstance similar to what you're telling me, where it's like, I know I'm not happy here, but I really don't know where else I want to go. So I'm just going to stay here because I'm safer here, because it's what I know, because I'm used to it, because it's what I'm doing. But in the same breath, there's other things going on that are contrasting too. So I'm assuming this is probably happening for you too, which is in helping you to decide what the, Two of Pentacles fell, and I split to time to decide. I literally just said that. I was like, what are you doing? Like, okay, so like, put it this way, this person I know, from the day one meeting them, they're not happy in a relationship, okay? They haven't been happy in that relationship. They want to be independent from that relationship. They've been working hard to become independent from that relationship. They're not happy there. So much to the point where there was another person that they were like, I think that's my twin flame, that's who I want to be with, bop-a-doo-boop. But then that person did shitty shit and pissed them off and upset them and hurt them. So they were like, I'm done with them. Proclaimed, I'm done with them. Told that person they're done with them. But that person is still, like, they still ask questions about that person. That person still shows up sometimes. And they're like, I don't think they're taking me seriously. And I don't mean to laugh, but it's like, obviously not, because you're not taking you seriously. Like, you're not deciding, because, and it was a theme there too, where it was like I had seen them do this at work. They weren't happy at work. They hated their work. But when they were there originally, they were like, I can't leave this work. They won't let me leave this work. This person, like, I can't. They won't let me quit. And I was like, wait. I'm like, what? And they're physically holding you hostage? What are you, like, I'm ready to go there and fight these people. Like, what are you talking about? Because, like, you can quit anytime. But they were using that perception as a way to stay there, what they're used to, what they know. They hate it, but he won't let me quit. So if I say that, I can stay here. But you know what happened? Eventually, they got fired. And I told, even though I was like, what are you talking about? You can't quit. I was like, you can fucking quit. I was like, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get fired. Because the universe was like, fucking leave, bitch. Stand up for yourself. Do it. Take the jump, okay? But they weren't jumping. And it was a theme in their life where they're not jumping. They're not jumping out of that relationship. They're not jumping out of that job. So the universe is like, there you go. Now you're out of that job. What are you going to do? Ah. And now other things in their life, similar themes, but at the same time they're like asking about this guy that they say they're done with, and I'm like, do you think you're maybe not done with them and you're just mad at them and you're like hoping that by being done with them they're gonna somehow magically fix and show back up and be the one that you wanted them to be? Because if that's the case, it's not gonna work. You know, like first of all, they can't come back when you're like, I don't want you, and second of all, you just wanting someone to change, but like doing it in a sense of I'm just gonna ignore you till you change isn't productive in any sense, you know. But like sometimes we do those things unknowingly. Like I don't think this person's doing these things knowingly, but then at the bottom of the thing they're like, should I have a baby? And I was like, with who? Who? I've turned like an owl. I'm like, who the hell are you talking about? First of all, man that you're done with or man that you've been trying to get away from? Because they're like, I want to be independent. They also said that in there. They're like, I want to be independent. I want to do my work. Boop, 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 boop. But now, this new circumstance in their life, they had hired someone to help them to learn a new thing, right? They're going to do that thing. They're going to be successful with that thing. This is a great thing. It's a course. This person's going to show me it all, teach me it all. Boop, 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 boop. She learned a lot of stuff, started doing all the stuff, right? And then that person disappeared. And now that person's back. And they're asking, should I trust that person? And I'm like, I don't know the circumstances well enough to know what you should be doing in that circumstance, but the fact that you're asking, should I trust this person, shows me that they've already lost your trust. So you don't trust that person. However, judging by the state of affairs in other areas, you may be misconstrued or confused or not very clear on things. So things may be manifesting in ways where it's like the person that's supposed to be helping you disappears. So now that's that new excuse as to why we're not doing that thing. And I put it to them like this, like, imagine you're standing at the top, like when you were a little girl, right? Like you didn't have all the fear and the insecurities and the doubts and the things that are pushing us to do the things that we do, or to come up with these self-sabotaging, crazy chaos scenarios where it's like, why the fuck would you do that if you're trying to do that? You know, like, let's have a baby. First of all, who's having the baby with you? If you're, and second of all, how can you be independent giving birth to a baby? But I was like, do you think maybe that's like fear settling? Like, because if things aren't really great here with this guy, but like maybe this guy's providing protection and a shelter and like stability that allows you to not fully become independent or to not fully become the version of yourself that you're wanting to become. But maybe there's rockiness there. So it's like, well, if I have a baby, maybe that like that there could be a subconscious thing of like, if I have a baby, like I'm good here for more years. But also the self-sabotage of, oh, I can't go be independent because of the baby. I can't do that thing because of the baby. You know what I mean? It would be another excuse. It would be another reason. It would be another fucking obstacle and barrier that's going to keep from doing the outcome that they want. But they haven't even decided for the outcome yet, because they're like thinking about this guy, still with this guy, don't really like either one of them, so neither one of them in the long run are ever gonna be the thing. Because if you're unhappy with him to the point where this guy showed up, this should just be done. And I get it. I've stayed in relationships that were well past the expiration date out of fear, out of insecurity, out of anxiety, out of necessity, you know? And like, I've been, like, I've said too, like living with my dad for the last 6 years, like, if he wasn't living in the house with me, I probably would have gotten into another relationship by now, because it is almost a necessity to have two people, especially in a house with all the shit that goes wrong and all the things that need to be done and all the yard and all the things that he, like, I can't do that he does all the time, that I'm like, I just don't know. So like, we can't juggle though and decide at the same time. Like, we have to decide, but we can't be like contradictive either. And we also have to watch out for where are we doing those like, I fell off, like. And this is what I said before. I wanted her to think of, like, okay, when you were a kid, you didn't think, you just did, right? Somebody showed you something and you did. Because in the circumstance where it was like, oh, I learned from this person and then they disappeared, I'm like, I wasn't trying to be mean or rude or anything, because that person has done that, okay? That person shows up sometimes and then they disappear. I don't take it personally because I assume that they're good. You know, that they're working, that they're busy, that something's going on for them, or that maybe there's chaos in an area that they're just dealing with. I don't take it personally. I'm like, whatever, okay? But like, then they show back up. There's usually things going on too that it's like, oh, you know, like Bridget. And I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? Oh, wow, what the fuck? And that's a theme, okay? But so, because, like, I've noticed that, other people have noticed that, like, not in a negative way either. It's just like a notice of like, oh, I haven't seen so-and-so in a while. They must be busy with bop-da-boo. We literally had that communication come out because, like, I have groups of friends that know each other. I have people that are connected. And it's like we're all connected, and then we're like separated, connected, but we all support each other. And I make sure of that, because like I don't like when people are being assholes. So it's usually like someone's asking about someone else. It's in a good way. It's not like, you know. So it's just like, oh, and we both assumed that person, because we hadn't seen them, they'd been quiet, that they were busy doing the thing that we had last heard about from them that was doing good. But then they show back up and that thing's not doing so good, okay? Like, well, it's not that it's not doing good, it's just that the person that they were connecting with in the beginning of it disappeared. But so had they from my life, so I feel like it was almost like a mirror to them to get them to see, like, something that they're not seeing. So these things show up in our life. The people in our lives, what they're doing, they're mirrors to show us. If we don't like what the mirror is showing us, we need to be aware of, okay, how am I showing up so that I don't keep doing those things? Because it takes growth, and it takes maturity, and it takes responsibility, and it takes putting our ego aside to be like, yeah, I'm kind of being an asshole, or yep, I kind of made a mistake, or yep, I'm self-sabotaging, or yep, like, I'm stalling, or yep, I'm projecting, or whatever. Because like, I know that person is one of those people who's like, I keep learning, okay? So again, back to this thing, like when you're a little girl, you just would jump, right? As we get older and with those insecurities and those doubts, we may not just jump. So it's like, picture yourself like when you were a little girl and you're holding onto your mother's hand because you didn't know this place, you were nervous in this place, you didn't know. But once someone showed you what to do or where to go, you did it. Okay? Maybe you were a more timid kid, I don't know. But like, you probably had less of the timid thing at some point in your life. And over life, it became more, I'm nervous. But, like, if you went out with your friends and they're all running and they're jumping off like a cliff into the water, right? Like, oh yeah, just do this. And you would do it. You would run and you would jump, right? Maybe you'd watch a couple people do it and then you would do it, okay? But what's happening for this person, and what I feel like is happening for many people, is someone's showing us how to do it. And then we're waiting for more people to show us how to do it, and we're never jumping, we're never taking the leap. We're just sitting there like, oh. And then we come up with reasons. Well, the person that was supposed to show me didn't come. They disappeared. Yeah, they fucking jumped off, man. Now you jump. You can't hold someone's hand the whole way. And if someone shows you how to do it, you gotta jump. And I feel like a lot of us do this in a lot of ways. And I know, like, I got sucked into I have 10,000 courses on how to make a course. I have 10,000 courses on how to boopity boopity boop, all of the things. And they all say the same fucking thing. Consistently show up. Put yourself out there. Jump. Take the leap. Don't keep looking at other people, expecting them to pull you along with them, because nobody's gonna do that. You've gotta jump. And you just do it. You just jump. And if you need to watch a couple people to do it, fine. But don't become stuck there, not jumping out of fear and out of, oh, what if I look stupid when I jump? Or what if I mess up when I jump? There's water down there, you're fine. You're gonna splash. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fine. Nobody else, if everybody else is jumping and they're not like dying, you're fine. Maybe there'll be some fluke accident, but it would be meant to happen, okay? You jump. But like, in her circumstance, she's created 6 motherfucking cliffs now. So not only is she holding back and watching everybody else jump, she can't even decide which one she wants to jump off of. So you need to decide which one you want to jump off of, and then jump. You can watch people do it a couple of times, get your nerve up, But then you just do it, and nobody else can do it for you. You just do it with a confidence. Nobody's an expert, but the infinite abundance is here when you decide to take it. And if you feel like, I don't know, then you go to school. Just don't let that school become your stall, okay? And again, it's like, and then in the circumstance, like if I'm fearful or whatever, like you might create something in your reality, like as a wit, because now, all right, so now I have a baby. I can't jump. I got to stay here with the baby. Or, oh, they gave me a raise. I can't leave now because it's, you know, it's just such a good opportunity. We could lie to ourselves all day about shit. We can create things that do literally stop us and stall us. But it won't eliminate the feeling of, I want to jump. I want to do it too. You may be super sensitive. You may be scared. But the only way you're going to get better at jumping is by jumping and doing it. And practicing over and over and over. And trusting that you're on the right path. And writing is here again. So I feel like even if you just start writing, to figure out, what is my choice? What do I want to do? Look at author. Do you want to write? Do you like to write? Do you feel like insecure about writing? Maybe there's someone that can teach you about writing. Or maybe you need to teach children. And I always say to people who are coming out the gate with stuff, I'm like, teach kids, man. Kids don't know anything. So you can't get a kid in your class that's like, you know, maybe they'll be like some genius kid that's a pain in your ass. That's like, well, actually, Miss Rao. And then whatever, it would be a test to let you know that you don't know everything. But you don't need to know everything. Look, 3 of Pentacles. You just need to work with the right people who know what you need to know so you can be, like, you know, vulnerable and safe in that vulnerability. 6 of Cups. Reconcile with the little girl inside of yourself. Take the time. Go slow. But don't give up on what you want. But you don't know what you want right now because you're like, I don't really know. I don't know what my mission and my purpose is. Your mission and your purpose is going to change every day. Your mission and your purpose is to be out here doing what the fuck you feel like you should be doing in that moment. And if tomorrow is different, tomorrow's different. Middle of the season, stubborn, self-confident, stuck, purpose-driven, gets it done, reliable. You just got to get done. Just got to get out there. You got to become the one that you want to be. Who do you want to be like? What do you really like doing? Look at other people who are doing what you feel called to do. And don't let other people, like, because books and author and all that stuff, if you don't feel aligned to that, then don't do it. But maybe open up a book and read a couple of things that you feel guided to learn about, because whatever your interest is, wherever your obsession lies, wherever you're like excited, that's gonna be much more better for you to become lucrative within, because you enjoy it. You shine. You're like, yeah, this is exciting. And other people like it when you're excited. So you need to rise out of the ashes and beat to your own drum. You know? And again, beat to your own drum. Like, look at what other people are doing, but make it your own. Make it your interesting thing. Like do the sexy siren type of thing. Like something like it. Don't do the exact same thing of it, because then it's not unique, it's not your own. But just do something that's unique in your own. Become that majestic, powerful, like, authority figure in your life, heart-centered in your life. What do you love to do? Battery's dying here, which is probably good because I'm running over on time. But what do you love to do? What do you want to do? Meditate upon it. You may be a starseed. Oh, shit. You may be a starseed. You may be, I don't know if it's charging or not. Yes, it is. Okay. You may be a starseed. You may be like an empath. You know, you may be very sensitive to things. But you need to put up boundaries in your life and protect yourself and make a clear, cool decision for yourself. Don't let anybody else determine for you. Don't just keep showing up to work just because it's a smart thing or the safe thing or whatever. Do it smart, but do it. You know, like, you have the eyes to see what other people don't. You could counsel other people through the things that you've been through. There's an emotional cleansing current that runs through you. So if you feel like an empath, you feel like a starseed, you feel called to crystals and all those things, that You can master transmutation and assist other people in that. You don't have to be perfect to help other people to heal. You could be a channel for healing energy when you're still not totally fixed, you know? Spirit works through us, not and as us, but as us as we heal, as us as we honor, as us as we're authentic. Stable, enduring, solid, steady, restrained, secure, persevere, willpower, advantage, fortitude. You need to put down the anchor at this time and choose, what is it that really lights my fire? What is it that I really enjoy doing? What is it that I really love? And don't let like the fears and the doubts and the insecurities or the fucking sneaky saboteurs in our lives, like, what are you, crazy? You can't do that. Fuck you. People will do that because they can't do it. But they want you to think that you can't because they're going to get triggered or feel some type of way because you do. Don't let it happen. And the pair of things, the twin flame, the one, the soulmate, the faith, the deep soul connection is going to show up when you don't deceive yourself. When you don't allow yourself to get, like, you know, pulled into the directions that are going to kill you. Okay? You got to choose you. You got to choose to love you. You got to let go of the ball and chain, which I feel like is like the job that you hate, man. What the fuck are you doing there? Subconscious is telling you it's the start of the season. It's time to be the trendsetter, to go on a quest, time to relocate, migrate, become dependable, know where you're going, and be faithful to where you're going. But you are a divine channel, and you can channel and counsel and help other people when you decide to do it. You are here to enjoy and love freely, and you have the ability to do the automatic writing and things like I do automatic writing. It's a frequency thing, and it's like you just trust and you just write. So maybe you're meant to do that, or maybe you're meant to write books. I just split the deck and got books is on top and author is there. I feel like I've told you this before, and you were like, yeah, like, and you keep pushing it away, or you keep denying it. You keep letting other people jump. Maybe you want to speak, but you might need to write something to speak, you know? So write your speeches, do the TED Talks, speak to children, build your confidence, write your books, get it going, counsel people through writing. Like, that makes it so much easier too, because it's like, sometimes it's hard to come up here and be like, blah, 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 and not piss off people, or not say the wrong things. And then when people fuck with me, and it throws my energy off, I have to be like, I have to go cool down and calm down, and then it impacts my work, because everything is, you know, like, I gotta be out here, and I don't want to be out here in the wrong frequency. I don't want to channel the negativity that somebody else may be at me. So talk to your angels, teach and learn what you need to do, connect with like the right soul family, do things that are going to center yourself, like yoga, read the books that are going to support you, do the energy healing, and let go of anybody or anything that isn't making you happy, because you'll never be able to come out here and speak to others. You'll never be able to come out here and write to others. You'll never be able to come out here and give to others if you aren't honoring yourself and doing the work on yourself first, you know, and like manifesting it. But start somewhere, like start with your inner child. Find out why, you know, like what's going on inside of you that keeps putting this off. Because I think you've asked me this more than once, and I think I've given you pretty much similar answers every time. So again, and it's a theme, like these people who come on the days that they come, it's always a theme. And it's not, you're not a bad person. I've done it myself. I've sabotaged myself many motherfucking times. Like me getting sick was because I needed a break. And the only way I was going to take a break is if I broke. So I broke. I don't want to break again. I don't want to go to that place again. I'm here to enjoy my life and love freely. And if people or things around me keep me from doing that, I need to cleanse it off of me. And I need to activate. And I need to shift. And I need to write. And I need to create the reality that I want to be within, that feels good to be in, and isn't going to hurt me or kill me. And like this came today, and it says, every day you write a new chapter for your business, and it's from my Shopify thing, and it says, and today's chapter is worth celebrating. Your Shopify balance card is ready to be activated. So every time someone pays me through Shopify, it's going to go on my Be Creative the You card. Make yourself a Shopify store. Make yourself, like, or just do whatever makes sense for you. Like, if you were going to be like a writer, right? beat to your own drum, make digital downloads for people, write about the witchy stuff, write about the stuff that you're interested in, write about astrology. Go onto Etsy and look at all the things that people write and sell as PDF downloads. Look at my workbooks that I wrote and sold, that I designed and I played with, because I know you probably have all that like frilly dilly shit in you too, where it's like, I kind of like writing, but I also like designing, and I also like painting, and I also like this, and I also like that. So don't limit yourself. Do whatever you want, but make it make sense so that you could get paid for what you're doing. But out the gate, while you're working this other job and you're not like on the grind of like, I gotta pay my rent, then enjoy the freedom to write from a space of not necessity, but out of the freedom of loving it, and then let it blossom and bloom. And as it does, and as it starts to create you income, because it can in many ways, there's so many ways, like look into it, look at copywriting, look at all the jobs that are available for writers, even with the AI bullshit. AI isn't going to write with a heart and soul. AI isn't going to design with a human eye. Like, people are going to feel the difference of a conversation. I would anyways. I can feel when it's a bot. I can feel when it's somebody with an accent. I can feel who I'm talking to through the phone, through the text, through the email. I can feel what they're sending at me. I can feel their heartbeat. I can feel all those things. And I feel like you have that ability too. But you will convey to the right people who can feel you back. So even if you did start writing and people don't always understand your drum or the way you're doing it, you're here to overcome and grow through all of that. You're here to activate other people. You're here to see where other people don't see. You're here to be a guardian of the galaxy, and you're here to make your own beat of the drum. So figure out all the ways. Like, you could write meditation scripts, beautiful meditation scripts. You could write like chakra things. Like, literally go onto Etsy and look at everything there that's digital products that requires writing. And if you like the design element of it, go write it. If you sold, like, say you start selling $27 ebooks and you sell 3 of them a day, every day, for a month. Like, look at how much money that is, and then be like, if I could do that and make like 6 a day, or whatever. And then if I make more ebooks, you start breaking it down to look at it like, I don't have to be making 20,000 sales a day for it to make sense. And even if I'd only sold 1 of them, it would feel good to do that. It would feel good to know that I created something and somebody bought it. The only way that will happen, though, is if you're consistently creating and consistently putting it out there and consistently promoting it and consistently updating and consistently seeing with the eyes that other people don't see with, or they don't bother to look for, and to clear the obstacles out of your way and others, and dream into being the reality that you want to live within, the fae, the magic. I know you want to do it. You've been talking about it, thinking about it. You feel it inside of you. Turn your gift into something special, let spirit write through you, where you don't even have to hold responsibility for the messages coming through. It's like, I'm just giving words to spirit. You could be an animal communicator through automatic writing. You could be anything you want to be, and there's infinite possibilities with everything. You could write yoga books, you could write chakra books, you could write kid books, make crayon books. Take all the pressure off and be like, like, I saw something recently. It was Creative Fabrica. It's like it was $5.99 to sign up for the year to have this thing where it's like you have access to everything in there. And it was all the things for like coloring books and all the things for this and that and the other thing. And you literally just make a fucking PDF of coloring book pages with the things that they give you, or design your own, or draw your own, or do whatever you want. And then you sell them on Etsy, or Google, or Shopify, or wherever you would like, on fucking TikTok, Marketplace, Amazon, Kindle. People keep saying Kindle, 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 Kindle. Right now, Kindle is in a position where it's like, it's a good time to get writing and putting it on there, because you could blow up. And again, you have the net. You have the safety net of, I don't need this to be my lucrative thing. So that takes so much pressure off. People will make excuses though. Well, I just got home from work and I'm so tired and I gotta eat dinner and blah, blah, blah. If you really want it, you will work for it in the beginning hard enough so that you will be able to make that switch down the road where it's like, oh yeah, I went from full-time to part-time to no time, because now it's all my income coming in from what I love. You could make content on the different social media platforms surrounding what your books and your offers are, and again, consistently showing up every day. In the beginning, it's hard because nobody's liking it, nobody's commenting it. You just got to get over it and just keep doing it, keep doing it. I just came back from the dead, man. But like, my stuff is showing me that it's working again. You hit 12,000 people this month. You did this, you did that. All my numbers are going up into the green again on Etsy and on my website. And it was so hard to even want to do it when everything was in the red. It was like I should just start over somewhere totally else where I don't have to look at this or look at my numbers declining on places that I no longer resonated to give the messages in the way that they wanted me to do. And some of that was my self-sabotage. Some of that was like needing a break. Some of that was tests from the universe. Some of that was me not having boundaries. And there were so many things, and there is always so many things. But I really feel like there's something to do with like animal communication and writing and automatic writing, and there's infinite options for you to write about, and maybe like finding your soul family or your actual family to help write like your ancestral stuff, you know, like, or get inspired to write. Like, you could write about crystals, you could write about your ancestry, you could write about healing ancestors with crystals, like ancestral lineage work through crystal. You can literally do whatever you want to do, but you got to have the strength inside of you to put it out there, to speak about it, to write about it, to get your justice in life, because you're strong enough to have it, and there's no reason why you shouldn't. So you are the healer. And I said these wouldn't be 30-minute long, but I guess they are. In Monet, namaste.